Welcome to Audit Archive, where we run you through some of the most questionable and rather atrocious police encounters. In this 1-hour special, you will witness the latest incidents of police misconduct that are not only outrageous, but truly make you wonder how some police officers even get hired. Let's begin with a very enraging encounter from August 10th, 2023. It was almost midnight when a 62-year-old church deacon, namely Johnny Hallman, was driving home from Bible study at his daughter's house and bringing his wife some dinner when he got into a minor traffic accident. Another vehicle had run into his pickup truck as he was making a left turn. Nobody was injured. As expected, the Atlanta Police Department was informed about the accident, and Officer Kieran Kimbrough was soon on his way to the reported location. We're about to go through Officer Kimbrough's Bodycam footage, which was made public at the request of Mr. Holman's family, who viewed it in September of 2023. Arnitra Fallins, Mr. Holman's daughter, has told NBC News that the video was very disturbing and that she became physically ill watching it. The incident starts off like routine interaction, but becomes tragic by the end of it.
Get out of the way.
Right here, wait, Mr. Supervisor. 1191, go ahead. Just checking to see if you have any officers at 28 South Hamilton home.
Morning. What happened?
I had the green light and all the traffic up here. And so when I was making
1191, do we have an officer that's pulled out there?
You know, because light was green. And I was traffic
Not
backed
that
all the way up
on
here.
the screen.
I
Zero.
got ready
We're calling
trying
you
to hit
to
me on the
take
shot right
the
here.
officers at the location. They were trying to fix
We
you.
have our own turn here.
He hit me right here and he went on down that way with it.
That's copy. I think
But
all
the
my
light was
officers
red
are
over
on
here.
call. No, I don't think
He wasn't at turn.
maybe he's on 4th.
My light was green.
Precinct.
Is your car still drivable? Or is the tire messed up back there?
I don't know. If he bag up, I can see. I don't even know. And when he hit me right here, he went all the way down that way with. And I said, you want to stop? It's red. You're like red. My light was green.
So far into the encounter, it appears that everything is going as per the usual protocol. Officer Kimbrough stepped out of his patrol vehicle to first speak with Mr. Holman, who claimed right off the bat that he had done nothing wrong and simply took a left turn through a green light. Following this, Officer Kimbrough appeared to take down Mr. Holman's personal information, his pickup truck's details, and some notes on what Mr. Holman claimed had happened. In other words, Officer Kimbrough was now following the usual protocol of investigating a traffic accident and creating a car crash report. Although many people are hesitant to involve the police, car crash reports in Atlanta are essential, even in minor accidents. Sometimes injuries aren't noticeable for some time after the collision. Plus, it is illegal to leave the scene of an accident without an accident report if there is an apparent injury or excessive damage of over $500. So we can safely say that everything is going just fine. But this soon changes after Officer Kimbrough hears both sides of the story. Pay attention to his attitude and demeanor.
Come pull your car up right here. Come pull your car up right here.
While the cars are like this real quick, can I just kind of explain what happened from my standpoint?
Is this your car?
Yes.
I mean, I know what happened, but you can tell me. I already watched the camera what happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. You said I can tell you that?
You want to?
Yeah. So, all right. So I'm making a right turn. I even saw him. So as soon as basically he just essentially all he did was cut it way too sharp and just ran right into my car. As a matter of fact, like you see the reason that it skirts all the way, I wasn't even going. I was essentially like driving at 2-3 miles per hour. And I saw the left off. Like,
Come on, the car's already. There you go. Come on. There you go. Turn it right in there.
so yeah, so like, let's say there's traffic in terms of, like I'm basically essentially just making a right turn. And I saw the car. He wasn't even looking at me. I even tried to blow him out. He just cut way too sharp and just ran right into my car.
Oh. The accident already happened, so why are we arguing about it? You can go in your car, actually. You can go in your car. You can go in your car.
Now, this is where Officer Kimbrough's approach started to shift a little. Though not very obvious, he appears to be rather frustrated and maybe agitated for some reason. We heard him speak to both drivers, especially Mr. Holman, in a blunt manner. This was more prominent when Mr. Holman was essentially ordered to go sit in his vehicle. It seemed like things would soon escalate, which they did. For now though, Officer Kimbrough has heard both sides of the story, and the situation is similar to what most minor traffic accidents are like. Two different drivers, each claiming to have made no mistake. Regardless of that, the investigation carries on.
You got a driver's license on you?
Yeah.
I should be able to get there myself.
I copy your 89 at 3260 Donnelly Hollowell.
Copy. You got a license or anything on you? Okay.
We stayed down the street. She got it to have to do it on my mom.
That's fine.
Oh, I just came more trouble.
Okay. Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
what's your name?
Kimbrough.
I'm over it, sir.
How are you?
I am. I just wanted to go to work.
Where you work at?
I'm at
You said where?
I'm at a club.
Which one?
The one on Jonesboro Road.
Which one? What is it called? Rain?
That's on Moreland. Not Moreland, but you can see everything.
Yeah,
And she said he was being rude and cussing them out.
I can believe it.
At this point, Officer Kimbrough has taken down all the information he needed in order to write a car crash report. Though his demeanor was rather unusual, we haven't seen any misconduct just yet. After getting back inside his patrol vehicle, Officer Kimbrough spent around 20 minutes filling out a report, finding information through the in-car database system, and compiling everything together. By the end of it, his investigation came to a conclusion. Note that to determine who was at fault, investigators will look at various factors, including the police report, witness statements, and physical evidence. They may also review surveillance footage or speak to witnesses who saw the accident happen. In this case here, Officer Kimbrough had mentioned that he apparently watched the surveillance footage already that captured the collision. Let's watch the outcome now that Officer Kimbrough has decided who was at fault. It gets completely out of hand here.
Alright. This is the case number. Your car, the tire's messed up, so you're gonna be able to drive it off. So I'm gonna tell you, okay. But this is where your car's gonna go on Jonesboro Road. Use that case number, give it to your insurance.
You're gonna be in route 2591 Browntown Road. That's where the
yeah, it was him. So. Alright, this is a case number for you. You know, if you want to, I don't know, sue or whatever. Alright, man. Case number for you. Alright, I did find you at fault in the accident.
My fault. I was in the red light. My light was green.
You cut your turn short.
No, I didn't turn. I can't turn no while what it did. He kept coming at me. It wasn't my fault.
Why are you screaming at me?
I'm not screaming. I'm saying it was not my into my truck.
Okay.
You see where he hit me right here.
Alright. So I need you to sign this ticket right here on the X. Okay. I'll get my sergeant for it, but you're still going to sign this ticket. That's fine. But you're going to sign this ticket right here before I get my sergeant out here. Okay? You're going to sign this ticket or I'm going to take you to jail. So you got a court date of the 4th of October, 2023 at 8 o'clock, all right? It's not a state of admission or guilt. Just saying that you plan on coming to court and paying the fine beforehand. You can come to court.
I didn't do nothing.
You can come to court and fight.
I didn't do nothing. No, how much shit? I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing wrong.
Who are you screaming at? I told you once, lower your voice.
My voice is heavy anyway.
You're not going to scream at me.
My voice is heavy.
Do you understand what I'm telling you? Now you're going to sign this ticket and I'm going to take you to jail. I suggest you sign the ticket. Then you could talk to my sergeant or whoever you want to talk to, your priest, your wife, I don't care. But you're going to sign it right here. Here you go. Sir, I'm going to ask you one more time. Sign the ticket.
As seen in the footage, Mr. Holman was evidently unhappy with Officer Kimbrough's decision. He appeared adamant that he had done absolutely nothing wrong, and hence refused to sign the ticket just yet. When he pulled out his phone, he was looking for his daughter's contact so he could call her and seek assistance in the situation. However, Officer Kimbrough's ego and power trip had started to become very obvious by now. He threatened Mr. Holman with arrest, saying that he would take him straight to jail if he refused to sign the ticket. Also, Officer Kimbrough repeatedly ordered Mr. Holman to lower his voice and not yell at him. Bear in mind, this was not any sort of law enforcement practice because the First Amendment to the United States Constitution permits everyone to express their opinions and raise their voices, as long as it does not escalate into a direct threat or incite violence. It's clearly stated that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. This freedom goes to such an extent that even if Mr. Holman had cussed at Officer Kimbrough, there would still be absolutely no repercussions. Not that one should do that without a reason. Anyway, highlighting this issue is important because it soon becomes clear that Mr. Holman's words essentially lead Officer Kimbrough to violence and aggression. In other words, a man exercising his First Amendment was apparently unbearable to an officer. Watch what happens next because it's truly tragic.
So you
sign the ticket.
You trying to make
sign
me
the ticket.
I'm not guilty of
sign the ticket.
That's what you trying to make me say.
Sign the ticket.
Okay, I'm gonna sign the ticket. I'm gonna sign the ticket.
Sign the ticket. Sign the ticket.
How can I sign the ticket? You got
because you're acting crazy.
I'm not doing nothing.
Give me your arm.
I'm right here.
Give me your arm.
I'm right here.
Give me your arm.
My body already hurt, man.
All right.
I'm already.
Find me another unit. Sign. That's on the ground.
I should have signed it. Damn, what you doing like this? I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing, man. Why you hurt me like this, man? I'm old, man.
I'm not right away. Sign the ticket. I'm gonna change you. Put your arms behind your back now. Put your arms behind your back. Put your arms behind your back.
My hand making up real bad.
Put your
hand making up real bad, please. I need help. Let me help.
Let's go around. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
I can't breathe.
Put your hands behind your back.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
I'm gonna tell your ass one more time. Put your hands behind your back.
I can't breathe. Somebody help me. Somebody help me. I can't breathe. Everybody come on me. Move it. Move. Don't change me.
Put your hands behind your back.
Okay.
Now.
Okay, I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Let go of me. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back now. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back now.
Are you the company?
Put your hands behind your back now. Let me get my cuffs. Let me get my cuffs. This so long. I forgot where the light.
All right, he's got someone with him. Slow him down. Still make it a 5-9 right away.
Where you going?
I'll use it for you.
This is a long man.
Keep people coming, please. He's with a rendered driver assisting him.
Wrongful radio.
11-4, go ahead.
20T. Start me supervisor for use of force, please. Start Grady as well.
Supervisor, copy. 1191, I copy.
Hold these in. Sit up, man.
Breathe, man.
Radio, step it up. This guy's bleeding pretty bad.
Even if there was a shadow of doubt whether Officer Kimbrough was a tyrannical, ego-driven, and power-tripping law enforcement officer, what we've just witnessed clears it all out. Words sometimes fall short when describing the blatant abuse of authority, and this is one of those cases. When Mr. Holman adamantly refused to sign the ticket, Officer Kimbrough decided to begin physically restraining him with what was already an excessive use of force. But before things escalated, we heard Mr. Holman audibly say that he would finally sign the ticket. At this point, Officer Kimbrough should have let go of him and handed him the pen. But no, Officer Kimbrough did a leg sweep, causing Mr. Holman to fall to the ground. And as ridiculous as it sounds, Officer Kimbrough continuously ordered him to sign the ticket, all while violently pinning him to the ground, punching him countless times and scaring him with taser stuns. It wasn't long before Mr. Holman found himself in pain, along with severe trouble trying to breathe. Let's not forget that he was a 62-year-old elderly individual. And what's worse is that as soon as Mr. Holman complained about not being able to breathe, Officer Kimbrough pulled out his taser again, but this time, drive stunned him several times for a rather prolonged period. This was the moment Mr. Holman fell unconscious.
Man?
You all right? Just a 41 at first.
Just that, that's it.
One car 41 or two?
Huh?
One car 41 or what?
2 car, he hit that car up there. I told him sign the ticket.
kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1191 to 1104. Give him a sternum rub.
Hey, wake up! I think he passed out on me. Wake up! I told him sign a ticket. Start doing all the I'm not signing a ticket. I'm like, dude, just sign a ticket. It's fine. You know, you can talk to whoever you need to after. Told him put his hands behind his back. He started resisting. Took him to the ground and stuff. Then he started grabbing my hand like he was going to hit me. So I punched him a couple times. Just tased him. Then he put him in cuffs. I don't know what's going on with him now. He's still breathing though.
Okay. I ain't did this shit in so long. God damn. Where you tase him at?
An arm. Yeah.
Personnel come by location on the driveway at 8 years.
Yeah.
Okay, radio, we got enough units with them. We'll make sure we code for that 9 right away, please. Oh, you copy go for the 9 right away.
Hey, 104, I need Grady or fire coming code 3.
What do you have going on? Grady's already been notified.
You're gonna need to start fire. This guy needs medical attention right now.
Somebody got some hand clean.
See if you feel a pulse on him too.
Cut on my hand. Hope you good.
I'm good. I'm good.
Me and her cut on my hand.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
91 to 1104, you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright though. My lips busted.
Okay, copy.
By now, several more units responded to the scene, and it became very obvious that something was wrong. Mr. Holman remained unconscious despite efforts to help him stand back up and respond to the officers. Meanwhile, Officer Kimbrough called for a supervisor while also asking for medics and fire rescue to arrive. This is a very appropriate time to discuss how severely disproportionate and abusive Officer Kimbrough's conduct was. To begin with, note that Atlanta police said in their initial statement that Holman became agitated and uncooperative when the officer found him to be the at-fault driver and issued him a citation. While this may be true, the police department later stated that an on-scene supervisor must approve a physical arrest for refusal to sign a citation. This statement alone allows us to confidently conclude that Mr. Holman was illegally, unlawfully, and unconstitutionally placed under arrest before being subjected to a shameful use of excessive force. Officer Kimbrough had absolutely no right to touch Mr. Holman, let alone try to take him to jail for not signing a citation. According to the Atlanta Police Department Policy Manual for Use of Force, it's made clear that employees are expressly prohibited from the unnecessary or unreasonable use of force against any person or property, and employees will only use that force which is reasonable and necessary to effect an arrest, prevent an escape, necessarily restrict the movement of a prisoner, defend the officer or another from physical assault, or to accomplish other lawful objectives. Judging by this, it's crystal clear that Officer Kimbrough was in violation of these policies because Mr. Holman was not only an elderly man, but also did not retaliate or resist in a way that would prompt such harsh, prolonged, and torturous force against him.
Yeah. You got some water or anything? You can go. Yeah.
I got some energy drink, some stuff here. Yeah, open up. Waterfalls.
Yeah, I'm here with that. What's up, y'all? I'm good. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good.
I had to tussle with my in 8 years, dude. That's in me though, man. You so good.
I need Grady or Fire to come make sure this guy's still fucking alive.
1113. You gonna show me code 9 and see that 45 on.
Yeah, I take him in the arm.
1113,
Hey, come on. He's bad. Come on.
He's bad?
Yes. You just need to check him out, make sure he's still
I
alive.
saw you're at 954 Hightower Road, Northwest, apartment 123, 954 Hightower Road.
Where's he at?
He's over here by this truck.
Hey, sir, do you need me ready?
No.
A white Hyundai Tucson was looking into on side of building 100 up right now.
Here, no, Glenn back down. Are you able to take the handcuffs off real quick?
Yeah.
How long has he been unresponsive like this?
Like about 5 minutes.
Okay. Hands off. Hey!
Radio rating 1106.
Was he in the white truck?
Yeah.
Was he talking to you guys at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you just...
As seen in the footage, countless units had made it to the scene, but medics took quite the time to get there. This was rather questionable, but now that the medics had arrived, they very quickly realized how serious Mr. Holman's condition was. They were now doing CPR on him. Meanwhile, Officer Kimbrough stepped to the side to call one of his seniors. And amidst this, Mr. Holland's daughter arrived at the scene. She actually ended up receiving a missed call from her now unconscious father when he initially pulled his phone out to dial her number.
Hey, yeah, I'm alright, but they're doing CPR on this guy. One of his children just ran up or something. Yeah. Hey, y'all, one of y'all go help them out, please. Alright.
The end of this tragic incident was as follows. Mr. Holman was pronounced dead at the hospital. An autopsy determined the manner of death was a homicide, with the medical examiner saying heart disease was a contributing factor. 4 days after the incident, Atlanta Police Chief Darren Shearbaum announced that Officer Kimbrough was fired from the department. Chief Shearbaum said Officer Kieran Kimbrough did not follow the department's standard operating procedures on August 10th in the arrest of Johnny Holman, who failed to sign a citation after an accident. Kimbrough went ahead with the physical arrest without having a supervisor on the scene. I understand the difficult and dangerous job that our officers do each and every day throughout the city. I do not arrive at these decisions lightly. Only after a diligent review of all the facts, while ensuring the due process of our officers, do I arrive at my decision. Meanwhile, Officer Kimbrough's attorney said in a statement that he vehemently denies any wrongdoing or policy violations and that his actions did not cause Holman's death. He will appeal his termination reportedly predicted upon his failure to call for a supervisor when Mr. Holman refused to sign a lawfully issued citation, as he was legally obligated to do. On the other hand, attorney Mawali Davis, who is representing Mr. Holman's family, said they counted Mr. Holman saying, "I can't breathe," as many as 16 times. He added that Officer Kimbrough escalated the situation, calling his actions unreasonable and illegal. After the fatal incident, the police department made several changes, including revising its standard operating procedures regarding traffic citations and allowing officers to write refusal to sign instead of making arrests, according to the mayor's office, which said it instructed the police department to conduct a top-to-bottom review of the incident and its policies. As of the date of this reporting, the incident remains under investigation by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. Next up, we have Officer Brian Taylor with the Hobart Police Department, who illegally pulled a driver over and immediately began his attempts to violate several constitutional rights. The driver alleged that the traffic stop was primarily because of his skin color, which may have prompted Officer Taylor to pursue a traffic stop without a justifiable reason. The driver was simply driving from Michigan to Chicago when he suddenly saw a patrol vehicle tailgating him with lights switched on. He promptly slowed down, signaled to the right, and came to a complete stop. The whole encounter was captured on the driver's mobile phone.
Supervisor, please.
You understand that, right?
I'm requesting your supervisor.
I just want you to tell me that you understand you've been asked for ID already.
When there's a crime...
Because when you don't provide it, it's an additional charge. I'm just letting you know.
It's not a crime, though.
It is a crime to not identify yourself. You're on a traffic stop right now.
For what, though?
You'll be
you can't just pull somebody over for no reason.
As soon as you identify yourself.
You have to tell me first.
I don't do things in your order, sir. I do them in mine.
Name and badge.
That's how things work.
Name and badge number.
Your ID, your registration,
name and badge number,
and your
please.
Insurance. Are you going to provide that? Yes or no?
Name and badge number, please.
Is that a yes or no?
Name and badge number, please. I'm not refusing. Name and badge number. Are you
going to provide the documents I requested?
As soon as you told me.
Yes or no?
Why are you putting me over?
At this point, Officer Taylor is walking around the driver's side door to escalate the situation even further. As expected, just a minute into the encounter, there are some crucial points worth discussing. First and foremost, let's understand exactly when a police officer has the legal right to pull you over in Indiana, where this incident occurred. It's understood that law enforcement in Indiana can make a traffic stop in these circumstances. Reasonable suspicion. This means a police officer reasonably believes that the vehicle, or its driver or passenger, is involved in criminal activity. For example, an officer might notice that your car matches the description of a vehicle that was spotted at the scene of a crime, or you may be weaving between lanes without signaling, making the officer suspect you were driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Welfare check. Police may sometimes stop vehicles to check on drivers because someone is concerned for the driver's safety. For example, if a car is parked in front of a home for an hour and the homeowner sees someone inside who isn't moving, the homeowner could call the police and ask them to come out to see if the driver is okay. Now here's the thing, so far, Officer Taylor has failed to give the driver his reasoning for the stop, stating that he would only do that once the driver provided ID. This was totally against the norm. Police officers typically make their reasons clear right off the bat. On top of this, Officer Taylor has blatantly refused to provide his name and badge number to the driver even after being asked for it numerous times. Yet again, going against the norm. So far, it's becoming obvious that Officer Taylor was simply on a severe power trip, abusing his authority just because he could. But it gets worse, as you will see.
No, name and badge number. I need your name and badge number.
Step out of the vehicle before you're taken out of the vehicle.
Name and badge number.
You understand that?
Name and badge number.
I'm just letting you know.
This is unlawful, man. Listen, man, look. Listen.
You understand you have to step out now.
Can you listen to me real quick?
I don't know your name, but I'm hoping that you understand because I've been clear to you.
Look, please can you listen to me?
You have to get out of the vehicle now.
Can you please listen to me real quick?
I'm going to listen to you as soon as you do what you're asked. By law, you have to provide your name, your vehicle registration, insurance. And now that you haven't done that, you're going to step out of the car.
What's the statute for that?
And then everything will be explained to you.
Please,
All right? It's not in
please
your
explain it to me
order,
now,
and you are
please.
not in charge.
Please explain it to me
Just so you
now.
understand that, okay? Go ahead and step out and bring,
I just wanna
bring
know-
your documents with you.
I just want to know why am I being pulled
You're
over?
going to be advised.
Now, please.
Nothing here is going to go as you want. It goes as I want. Do you understand you are not in charge?
That's not how it goes, man. It has to
Do you
be
understand that?
by law.
So now you have to step out of the vehicle. I'm going to identify you, and then you'll be advised why you're on the side of the road right now.
Can I have your-
Not in the order in which you choose.
Can I have your supervisor,
It's
please?
in the order in which I choose.
I'm requesting your
Do you understand
supervisor.
that? So go ahead and step out of the car.
Sir, can I have your name and badge number real quick?
You've been advised to step out of the vehicle.
Can I have your name and badge number? You're required. You're required to provide your name and badge
You
number.
have a camera. Do you see this right here? Do you see this right here?
Is that what you tell the judge, though?
Identifying me as a policeman.
I know, but
That means
you have to
get
say
out
it.
of the vehicle.
You have to verbally say it. You have to verbally say
I've
it.
explained it to you now. So now that you've been advised and you're refusing to do so, you're additionally
I put.
excuse me?
man.
You're incurring
Over.
another charge on yourself. You understand that? Go ahead and step
Portman,
out.
Herbert. I'm requesting your supervisor, please.
Go ahead and step out.
I'm requesting your supervisor.
Go ahead and step out.
I'm requesting your supervisor, please.
You're just making things go like this for no reason.
Man, look, come here. I just want to know, why am I being pulled over? Why am I being pulled over?
Just gonna let you know, you're making things worse for yourself.
I just want to know, why am I being pulled over?
I'm not answering your questions.
Look,
You're
can we truthful with you?
Yeah, I'll speak to you right out here.
No, right here. I'm talking about right here. I don't need to get out.
Sir, you're making things worse for yourself. It's foolish. You're
I'm
wasting
saying-
both of our time.
Why am I being targeted?
You understand that? You're wasting your time and
You hear me? Why am I being
right here.
Why am I being targeted? Why am I being singled out?
Out of the vehicle, sir.
No, I'm not.
Okay, you haven't gotten out yet.
Why am I being?
I want you to know you're making things worse for yourself.
Can I talk?
I'm not going to say it again.
Why am I being
I'm not
singled
gonna
out?
say it again. At this point, you haven't gotten a ticket and you're not under arrest. If you
I know,
continue to
but
abuse my commands, both of those things will happen.
why am I being pulled over?
There's an option for you. You
Why am I?
understand that?
This isn't a top.
Very easy process.
This isn't
Obey
a stop.
commands, follow my instructions.
Dude, I can't
Very
hear you.
simple.
I can't hear you.
Of course you can. And when you edit that later, you'll be able to hear it quite clearly.
With the trucks and stuff. I'm requesting your supervisor, please.
I'm letting you know.
I just want to know, why am I being pulled over? I'm trying to talk. I just want to know, why am I being pulled over? You're not doing your best. You're not, though. Why am I being pulled over?
Just understand this was your decision.
Being pulled over for no reason.
As seen in the footage, Officer Taylor gave the driver several different options with no choice but to choose one. But the thing is, all the options were unconstitutional, tyrannical, and ridiculous. Plus, there were fewer options and more direct orders. Officer Taylor first demanded ID, and the driver rightfully refused to identify himself. Next, Officer Taylor ordered him to step out. He rightfully denied again. Then, Officer Taylor threatened to pull him out before letting him know that he would be getting charged with something. Though it's clear as day that Officer Taylor was abusing his authority in a shameless manner, let's look at what the law says. When it comes to providing ID, there is no statute or law in Indiana that calls for you to identify yourself based on a police officer's idle curiosity. If, however, the officer was to follow that statement up with one explaining that he believes in good faith that you've committed an infraction or ordinance violation, he is able to demand your ID. In this case, though, Officer Taylor has yet to even identify his own self, let alone explain what crime was committed for the traffic stop to be valid. Also note that police officers can order you out of your car in Indiana if they have a reasonable suspicion that you pose a danger to them, are armed, or are involved in criminal activity. Clearly, the driver was nowhere near being perceived as a danger or a threat. All of this was a blatant attempt to violate his Fourth Amendment. It stated that the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. In other words, the driver was 100% justified in refusing to comply with Officer Taylor so far.
He didn't let me know what I was being pulled over for. He didn't provide his name and badge number. I requested a supervisor. He declined that. I just want to know, why am I being pulled over? Is it unlawful illegal detainment? I want to tell you something. I can't, man. I want to tell you something. Huh? I want to tell you something. Please come in, man. There's no need for that, though. Can you bring your supervisor? I can't, man. I want to know, why am I being pulled over? Huh? Why am I being pulled over? Why am I being pulled over? This is going live on YouTube too, please. This is going live on YouTube. Why am I being pulled over? Okay, people, we got a fool here. He pulled me over for no reason. He hasn't told me why I'm being pulled over. He didn't. I asked for his name and badge number. He didn't provide it. He asked me to provide ID. I asked, why am I being pulled over? I'm not just going to give you my ID for no reason. That's not how the law goes. He didn't tell me why I'm being pulled over. I asked for his supervisor. He's not getting his supervisor for me. It's what you call an unlawful detainment. So he was over there at first. He came on this side. He tried to open up the door, but this car, if the car is on, the doors remain locked. I asked for his supervisor multiple times. He was right there. I was recording him. I asked for his name and badge number. He wouldn't tell me. But then he goes back and sits inside his vehicle. Pulled over for no reason. He wouldn't tell me what, Jamal. He wouldn't tell me what. So now he gets back in his car. He tried to play that intimidation tactic like he's gonna pull me out. He's not gonna pull me out. And I could already tell in him on how he was acting. It's a race thing, man. This is a race thing. He didn't want to tell me why I was being pulled over. He said, I'll tell you that once you give me your license and registrations and insurance. No, that's not how it goes, man. So he tried to act like he's gonna pull me out. That didn't happen. It's not going to happen. And he gets back inside his vehicle, so I'm just waiting. And I saw him too, man. I saw him on the median. I wasn't speeding. I got the car on cruise control. It's set to the speed limit, and I was following traffic. So I mean, I wasn't doing nothing. But I said to myself, watch. As soon as this pig sees a black man driving, he gonna come out and pull me over, and that's exactly what he did. He hasn't told me what. What he's trying to do is trying to be in control of the situation. And being that I'm a black man, he don't. he don't want to lose his battle, so to speak. So I requested his supervisor, and I put my hand out there, and try to wave him back. You know, I'm not being aggressive. I'm just standing up, man.
As said by the driver himself, this was indeed an unlawful detainment without a shadow of a doubt. We've already discussed how there was technically no reasonable suspicion to even justify the traffic stop. And what's interesting is that Indiana statutes actually outline how a traffic stop detention should be carried out. Indiana Code Section 34-28-5-3A outlines, whenever a law enforcement officer believes in good faith that a person has committed an infraction or ordinance violation, the law enforcement officer may detain that person for a time sufficient to 1. Inform the person of the allegation, 2. Obtain the person's name, address, and date of birth or driver's license if in the person's possession, and allow the person to execute a notice to appear. Notice how it clearly mentions that the officer must inform the person of the allegation. The very first step wasn't even completed in this encounter, which is just unbelievable. Plus, Officer Taylor's actions completely go against his department's mission statement. The Hobart Police Department will be an open, friendly, and community-minded organization devoted to quality public service and dedicated to live by the values of genuinely caring for the safety and well-being of the public. Clearly, such was not the case here.
On my way to work from Michigan, headed to Chicago, I said about, I want to say, probably about a little over an hour and a half to go. And this is what I gotta deal with, man. Here he comes, y'all.
All right, sir.
What's up, man?
Do you have your name?
Huh?
Do you have your name?
Why?
Excuse me?
Just want to know why, man. Yes, why?
Why what?
Why do you want my name?
Because you're on a traffic stop. You're required to give it. Do you understand that?
For what, though?
For what?
Why did you pull me over? Why did it stop happening? That's all I want to know, man.
Yeah. You got to realize something. What's your first name?
Why?
Your name is why?
No, it's not. No, it's not why.
The reason.
Come on, man.
The reason why you're stopped is secondary. You understand? Because if
so what would the first charge be then?
Are you going to talk or listen?
What would the first charge be?
Are you going to talk or listen?
Go ahead.
So I'll tell you what.
Patrolman
If I tell you why I stopped you, and you don't like that, and then you refuse to give me your identification, how do you think that goes? Now all of a sudden we're arguing, right?
What's the reason?
That's why you identify yourself first, and that's why you follow commands of a policeman.
Well, the law
that's why you do what you're told on a stop, so it doesn't go south.
Well, the law is.
Do you understand that?
Do you understand the law? Do you know what the law is?
Do I understand the law?
Yes.
I think I do, sir. I appreciate the question, though.
Did you hold
anyway,
uphold to the Constitution?
I'm sorry?
Did you uphold to the Constitution?
Listen, I'll tell you what, this is how it's going to end.
See how he's not answering?
You understand me? This is how it's going to end. I don't have time for these stupid games, okay?
What games?
You feel like the way that you're acting is appropriate? You feel like the way that you've treated...
I know my rights, man. That's what it is.
Clearly you don't. But this is what I have to do. I have other things that are way more important than this. Do you understand that? You play your games, you do everything that you're doing right now, and you'll find yourself in a negative position. Do you understand that?
No, I won't.
All you have to do is follow commands,
do
what you're told.
That's not how it goes.
Listen,
what y'all want to do,
what you
man.
don't understand is
y'all want to be
all you want to do is argue
all the time.
Right?
Y'all work for us.
And that's the problem.
Y'all work for us, man.
You realize that? That's what's wrong with the things that you're doing
I don't just want to argue.
Okay?
I don't just want to argue.
You're free to go. You understand that?
Yep.
Just understand this. There are laws on the road for a reason. You should follow them so that you don't end up on a traffic stop. You understand?
Okay,
and
what
you
law
don't
did I
end
break?
up getting tickets and fines and fees and ridiculous behavior.
What
you
law?
understand that?
What law did I break?
You should focus on that.
What law did I break?
Have a great day.
That's what I thought. Got it. Yeah. What the thought? And that's why people stand up for your rights, man. Stand up for your rights, man. What law did I break? Nothing. Get the out of here, man.
By the end of it, Officer Taylor gave it one last shot trying to extract the driver's name from him, and upon failing yet again, had no choice but to let him go and finally release him from the unlawful detention. What's ridiculous is the fact that Officer Taylor did not provide a reason for the stop even before letting the driver go. He simply said that the reason why the driver was stopped was secondary, implying that there was apparently a primary reason. Also, Officer Taylor essentially called the entire process of defending one's own constitutional rights as playing stupid games. Goes to show how he operates as a law enforcement officer. It was reported that the driver had filed a complaint after this incident, but no updates were made on what followed. Moving on, we have an outrageous incident out of Texas where police officers pulled an innocent father over and then violently dragged him out and assaulted him, only to realize that they had the wrong person. But they still went ahead with the arrest despite the mistake. Let's look at the incident that has now led to a lawsuit. On October 16, 2022, a 27-year-old single father working as a security guard was driving to get his 4 children their favorite breakfast meals, a French toast and bacon at a restaurant that was located just a few blocks away from his residence. Sylvester Hayes, who had never been arrested prior to this incident, was pulled over for an alleged minor traffic violation, failure to signal. Officer Holly Harris and Officer Walter Paul Glob with the Dallas Police Department were the first 2 officers to make contact with Mr. Hayes, but things soon turned extreme, as you will see. Note that some portions of the audio have been redacted.
Okay, well, what's your information? That's all.
Damn, I'm finna go get some for my baby something to eat.
Okay, like, hey, if you're good, sir, you're good.
So far, it appeared that Mr. Hayes was rather confused as to why he was being pulled over and why Officer Glob was demanding ID. Assuming that the initial reason for the traffic stop was indeed valid, meaning Mr. Hayes had actually failed to signal, he was obligated to comply and identify himself. So we've seen him provide the officers with his driver's license at this point, and all seems to be going as per the usual protocol. What would typically come next is a citation or warning under the driver's name and information. Then everyone goes on about their day. But what followed after this completely changed the situation.
I'll explain it to you. I know. Step out. I'll explain everything.
No, sir. Tell me why.
Just trying to get him out the car.
I didn't give you permission to. I'm pulling up right.
Right now, you are being detained. Come on and step out.
Hey, yeah, I'm sorry.
Come on and step out. Come on.
Man, let me count my people. Come on.
Come on and step out. Come on and step out. Come on and step out. You're gonna get tased. Come on and step out.
What's the matter?
Come on and step out, bro. Come on and step out.
Bro,
Come on and step out. Come on and step out.
Bro,
step out.
What are y'all? Man, hold on, bro.
Come on and step out.
Come on,
man. Come on and step out. Come on and
What are y'all? Come on, y'all pulling on me for what? Hold on. Y'all, I didn't give y'all some mission. Bro, hey, bro, come get. Bro, this is my gun. Bro, this is my, bro, my, what the
Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
I got your foot on my neck, I got your foot on my neck, bro. What the y'all doing, bro?
Stop. Stop.
What happened, bro?
Right?
What am I being detained for, man? Stop. What am I being detained for?
If you let us tell you, we'll tell you. Shut up.
Right now. What am I being detained for, man? Y'all don't even know y'all right now, bro. Bro, what are y'all, bro? Bro, help! 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 Bro! No, I'm not, man. Bro, look at that. Look. What are y'all doing? Bro! Help! 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 They hurting me! They hurting me!
Delta 772. If the other 70s aren't marked out with us, 7-3, put them out with us. Put 84 out with us as well. And start us on record, please.
Now, you're likely confused as to what prompted such a brutal response from the police officers. So here's some context. After Mr. Hayes provided his driver's license to Officer Guap, he returned to his patrol vehicle so he could run the information through the system and essentially check for any outstanding warrants or criminal records that would prompt an arrest. This is normal protocol, and every officer routinely carries this out during a traffic stop. But this time, Mr. Hayes' name was misspelled while being entered into the database, and the officers mistook him for a man with a similar name who was wanted for a domestic violence crime. As a result, we've just seen 4 officers pull an innocent father out of his vehicle without telling him what was going on, and one officer even told him to shut up when he kept screaming for an explanation. A quick note, the First Amendment protects the right to freedom of speech, which includes the right to express oneself and seek clarifications in situations like this. Anyway, all the officers on the scene had pinned Mr. Hayes down to the ground trying to restrain him, but it was evident that he was not happy with what was going on. In fact, one could argue that his reaction to the officer's violence and aggression might as well be justified, especially when you consider the fact that he had absolutely no idea what was going on, and he was 100% certain that he had done nothing wrong. Despite this, a total of 8 officers now present on the scene continue using an unruly amount of force against an innocent man. We're about to watch several different angles of the officers teaming up against him without an explanation.
Get in the car! Bro, help! Stop! Get in there! Bro, y'all hurting me! Get in the car! Bro, y'all hurting me! Help me! Help! Somebody help me!
Stop!
Stop! Stop! Stop!
Leg restraint!
You got cut. Y'all hurting me!
No, we're not.
Oh.
Hey, while he's down, search him.
Bro, I don't have
gun in his pocket. Yeah. Bro, I don't have anything. Bro, on the floorboard of the front passenger.
Bro, I don't.
Hold it up.
That is my gun.
He's down.
That is my name. Are you pressing my precious pocket? Stop.
Oh.
You're getting this because you're acting this way. This is 100%, and I'm not your. Okay?
Bro, y'all
this is
me,
you
bro.
acting.
You
touching my body weight.
Stop.
Bro, stop. Oh, you a prison? I know.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you're acting stupid. Y'all don't even understand. Y'all in big trouble. Go for it. I don't care. Y'all in big trouble.
You were under arrest.
Oh, y'all in big trouble.
You guys. Are you good?
Y'all in big trouble.
Get him up. You good?
Y'all in big trouble.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, up.
Y'all in big trouble, man. Y'all in big. I can't even get up, man. My get up. Damn, you a black man? You really do that? Damn, bro. You see how they doing me now? You see how they... Ah!
Scoot back. Watch your foot. Watch your feet.
What the fuck? Leg restraint, leg restraint. You got it. Unlock it, Lucy. Bro, I hold it off of him. That is my job. This is my name. Bro, you stop. Bro, you're getting this because you're acting this way. This is 100%, and I'm not your okay?
Bro, y'all hurting me, bro.
You twisting my body way. Bro, stop. Oh, you a pressure? I know I'm pressing your pressure point. All right. Because you're acting stupid. Bro, you stop. I'm a very intelligent black man. Stop. I don't care. All right. Right now. Bro, all right, let me in the car. I get in the car. I get in the car. I'm telling you, I get in the car. I'm telling you right now, I get in the car. Bro, no. Bro, you're hurting me. You're hurting me. Bro, let me out. Bro. Stop. Stop. Bro, look at me. Stop. Bro, look at you hurting me, man. You're the one acting this way. Y'all in big trouble, bro. Y'all don't even understand. Y'all in big trouble. Go for it. I don't care. Y'all in big trouble. You are under arrest. Stop. Y'all hurting me. Leg restraint. Y'all hurting me.
No, we're not.
You're hurting yourself right now. What are y'all doing? You are hurting yourself.
Hey, while he's down, search him.
Bro, I don't have anything.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't have anything, bro.
It's on the floorboard of the front passenger.
Bro, I don't. That is my gun. It is in my name. Bro, you're pressing my pressure points. Stop. Bro. You're getting this because you're acting this way. This is 100%, and I'm not your. Y'all are in big trouble.
All right, let's get him up.
All right, y'all are in big trouble. Let's go.
Ready? 1, 2, 3 up.
Y'all are in big trouble, man.
Have a seat in the car.
I can't even get up, man. Get up. Get the car. Stop. Get the back.
Have a seat.
You got it, dude. You got it. Ow. Go back. Bro. Go back. Bro. Yes, sir. Bro, what the Come on, Jesus. We need better leg restraints, Lucy. It's already Lucy got it. He gonna run it.
Echo 73, Echo 733, Kilo 50 TH, Delta 773.
Even still, after being roughed up in an aggressive manner, Mr. Hayes is now in the back seat of a patrol vehicle with handcuffs and leg restraints, and not a single clue as to why the officers were treating him like a rebel. Little did he know that he was being mistaken for an actual criminal. Also, note that the officers were talking about a firearm that Mr. Hayes had in his possession. This was indeed true. He was carrying a pistol with him, but the fact is that it was a legally owned firearm, registered under Mr. Hayes' name. Now watch very closely because this is the moment two officers realize the grave mistake they had made. Notice how they frantically verify whether the names match. Meanwhile, other officers check if the firearm is stolen or not.
Damn, you a black man, you gonna let them do this? You gonna let them do me to this? Damn, man. Do you see how they doing me, bro? Do you see how they...
Scoot back. Scoot back. On your feet.
And this was in his right pocket. And he kept going like this too. He kept reaching. No, I did not. That's my weapon, bro. Come on, you a black man. Look how they doing it. I got 4 kids, man. I got 4 kids at the house, man.
Weston 380. Serial number is going to be November Juliet Whiskey 8843.
That is my weapon. This is my name. That's my weapon. This is my name. Bro, y'all doing this for no reason, man. I thought you were get something to eat for my kids, bro. Okay. I thought you were get something to eat for my kids, and that's how they do me.
Came in late for everything.
And they handled me so rough, sir. I complied. I said, what am I doing? I didn't give nobody no attitude or anything, sir. I got 4 kids that was waiting on me right now. They're hungry. I'm trying to go feed them, man. And that's it. I don't know. Like they say, I failed the signal at the stop sign.
The stop sign?
Okay. I mean, I was wrong for that. Yes.
So that was the reason for contact for the stop. Okay.
Yes, I understand that. And I was going to tell them, like, what am I being detained for? I don't have any warrant. My name, I have warrants maybe for speeding or something like that. But
what is your name?
Not for family violence or anything.
What is your name?
Sylvester Hayes.
Sylvester Hayes.
The name of a champion. And they doing this because they, from my, I don't know if it's because my skin is.
That has nothing to do with the skin.
Look how they helping me, sir. I didn't do anything.
Well, there was a gun, right?
But I wasn't pulling. I told him I had a weapon. I told him this.
Okay.
I told him this. This is my name.
Okay.
If they run it, it's going to say Sylvester Hayes.
Okay, Mr. Hayes. So, and I don't know all the story, but there is another Sylvester Hayes, right? So give me a second, right? And that Sylvester Hayes does have a warrant.
Baby, I'm the third, man.
Okay, so your last name is Hayes?
Hayes, Sylvester Hayes is third. S-I-L-V-E-S-T-E-R.
Okay, and then your date of birth?
February 23rd, 1996. And I'm the third.
We can handle all this, but when guns or stuff and stuff like that are in play.
I didn't pull anything, sir.
No. I never said you did, right?
With everything, come on, man. With everything that's going on now, why would I pull the gun, man? I ain't trying to be another. Man, come on, man. I don't have to say it. I don't have to say it, man. I'm fighting for my life, man. I got 4 babies at the house, man. What if happened and they would have? Come on, man.
I understand.
For nothing, though.
So
for
here,
nothing. My car's up today. I'm paying on it. Like, I got a good job. I work security. Like, I'm trying to be one of y'all, but like, come on, man. This how y'all do. This how y'all do me. I'm working to be y'all, bro.
I didn't do anything.
My name is Sting, man. Besides speeding tickets, man.
Right. I understand. And like what I said, I do apologize. Like, if you feel like they roughed you up or whatever, I do apologize. But anytime that there's a gun involved and like traffic stops, like, hey, so give us a second. We're gonna have these dudes check you out. Give me a second.
So what to say about the gun, sir? When y'all ran the serial number, what did it say?
When I ran it and you saw me run it, it came back clear. It's not stolen.
None of that, right? So damn, they don't even know my aunties though. They in big trouble, man.
What?
They in big trouble. They don't even know. Like, I look like this, but I got a family that's behind me, man.
I understand.
I got family that's behind me. I'm a smart ass. I'm much smarter. I'm an intelligent black man, man.
I understand.
Come on, I just look like this, man.
Looks have nothing to do
But I'm
with
just saying how they rough me up, how they handle me like this, like I'm some. I didn't come at them disrespectful. I didn't like, hey, you bitch, you fool.
Yeah, because we pulled up and everybody was fighting and we just wanted to just end it like that.
Exactly. It was because of them. I didn't say anything, man. I was complaining. If they had their radio on, I was complaining, man. If they had their camera on, I was complaining. Like, come on, man. Like this, it shouldn't even have to be all this, man.
I got you.
Are you the chief? Or like, what are you doing? Yeah.
So I'm part of this team. So this is all my team. Like, all these dudes are my teammates.
Come on, man. You need a better team, man. You need a better team.
And that's why I'd rather talk to everybody. Good, right, wrong, and different. I'll talk to everybody.
At least you trying to, like, they didn't even try to hear me, man.
Okay. No, I'm just putting my hand up here. I'm just putting my hand up here.
Oh, okay, man. I'm like,
so they'll check you out, and like what I said, let me figure out what's going on here, and I'll talk to you. Okay?
All right.
Another magazine.
In the meantime, several officers rummaged through Mr. Hayes' vehicle without a warrant or consent. Note that not every police search requires a lawfully executed warrant. The U.S. Supreme Court has ruled that warrantless police conduct may comply with the Fourth Amendment as long as it's reasonable. So when can police search your car without a warrant? Generally under any of the following circumstances. You have given the officer consent. The officer has probable cause to believe there is evidence of a crime in your vehicle. The officer reasonably believes a search is necessary for their protection, a hidden weapon for example. Police made an arrest and the search is related to that arrest, such as search for illegal drugs. It's tricky to pinpoint what exactly the officers are using to justify their search by now, but it's likely the fact that Mr. Hayes was officially arrested and they found a firearm with them. But the firearm argument goes out the window since we've heard one of the officers clarify that it indeed came back under Mr. Hayes' name as a legally owned pistol. Whatever the officer's justification may be, it's still technically unlawful since Mr. Hayes was not even the subject they thought they had. This entire encounter is built on ridiculous blunder. Now let's hear what Officer Glob had to say to one of the sergeants who had just shown up on the scene.
sitting at the church, and we're just gonna start doing traffic. She's running plates.
Okay.
I'm like, hey, run that Hyundai. So she runs it, and she was like, oh, let's look at the registered owner or whatever. So she does. She goes to AIS, and that's the cross-reference, and it pops up red. So she's like, okay. She kind of looks at it, but by that time we had already lost him. He had already gone into like the Family Dollar parking lot or whatever. The Family Dollar parking lot. So then, as she's searching, she finds out that the name that she put on there, whatever was on AIS, had continuous family violence, warrant. So then we get behind him up here because we see the car moving on Illinois. So we catch up to it and we get up here to Southern Oaks. And he fails to signal within 100 feet of the stop sign here in Southern Oaks and Overton. And as soon as he came up here, we obviously pulled him over.
So you got the reasonable contact.
Yeah. So I pulled up to the car and I'm like, hey man, look, you got pulled over for this, this, and this. And he was like, well, that's not fair because you were watching me from the other side. I was like, yeah, we were on the other side of the light. Well, you were crossing. So obviously, you know what I mean? Yeah. So then I was just like, you have your ID with you. And so he gives it to me. And obviously I handed it over to her and she's like, Sylvester Hayes, like that's the name that was under warrant. But
so you got a good warrant?
Well, there's I guess a lot of
does have tickets.
He does have the tickets. So when I'm like, hey bro, so in order for us to be able to like fully investigate, like, because he was already acting weird, so I'm like, hey bro, like,
he was already giving him trouble.
I'm like, can you just step out of the car, please? Let's go to the back of the car. And at that point, he was like, for what? For what? And I'm like, well, come on, man. And so that's whenever Reggie pulled up, and we tried to get him out of the car, and the fight was on.
Okay.
And then I was like, well, come on.
So you got jail traffic, resisting arrest, right?
Yeah, we have failed to signal 100 feet, and then he has tickets. He had a gun in his pocket, because he kept going like this.
Okay.
Because he had a pistol in his freaking pocket. And at that point, whenever we were trying to get him out of the car, Whitman was on the other side. He was like, gun, right pocket, gun. So,
is he a felon?
He has not been convicted. Or no felon?
No felon.
You have the UCW resisting.
Resisting? Okay. Resisting because...
Well, I don't know if we're going to be able to put the resistant because you can't resist detention. You can get him out of the car, but I mean, if the fight is on.
So who was on the driver's side?
I was.
So he was listening to your commands at the time, right?
No, he was not. As soon as I had to open the door when I was like, hey, come on, let's step out.
Because Whitman saw the gun.
Well,
that's a safety at this point, right?
He saw the gun while we were trying to get him out of the car.
So you got it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So when he was sitting down and we were, like me, Reggie, and I forget who else was next to him, we're trying to pull him out of the car. That's whenever Whitman was trying to push him out. He was like, gun, right pocket, gun, right pocket. So.
But based on your investigation, you have probable cause to stop him because y'all looked at his name in the picture earlier and could identify him?
We couldn't see it in the car. So but that's the thing.
We have a traffic violation.
You got
we have the traffic violation, yeah.
Because of reason for contact.
Yeah, so I wasn't going to be like, oh, it's an investigative stop and then it turns into shit. Like, no. So we were going to get...
So when the pistol come back clean, stole?
It was clean.
Clean, okay. Double check with the jail sergeant on the UCW charge.
Okay.
All right. Just to make sure, because we got new laws now.
Yeah.
All right, so if he's not a felon, but not convicted of one, that's different. Any drugs in the car?
I don't know. I think so.
Okay, y'all just searched the car.
Yeah, they haven't said anything.
Okay, that's fine. And then what was his injury?
Nothing.
But if he resisted, he resisted. You know what I'm saying? So we got him on that, right?
Yeah.
So that we're good. So yeah. So just find out.
The Lester ended up being like the third or something like that. But as soon as I saw the Lester Hayes, I was like, okay, let's get him out. Well, we investigate this.
As if the encounter couldn't get any more unbelievable, we just heard 3 officers, one of them a sergeant, basically acknowledge and admit that they had the wrong guy, but they still proceeded to find ways to arrest him anyway, just because the initial contact was justified. They neglected the fact that the initial contact was for a minor traffic violation, a ticketable offense at most. Arresting Mr. Hayes at this point was no less than tyrannical. But the aftermath is truly tragic. Mr. Hayes was taken down to the jail, where he spent several days locked up for resisting arrest and unlawful possession of a weapon, based on the misrepresentations and false representations of Officer Guab and Officer Harris. What's worse is because Mr. Hayes was a security guard and his employer did not tolerate his being absent from his job for any reason, he was terminated from his security guard job. The incident caused a downward spiral that would continue to wreak havoc on his life for the next 14 months until the charges were dropped. Then, in October 2023, Mr. Hayes finally sued all the police officers involved in his terrible arrest. Mr. Hayes accused the officers of racial profiling and removing him from his car with excessive force before realizing they had the wrong man. The lawsuit alleged 3 counts in total. The first 2 counts, excessive force in violation of the 14th Amendment and unlawful arrest in violation of the 4th Amendment, were filed against Officers Guab and Harris. The third count, also a 4th Amendment claim, was filed against the city of Dallas. The lawsuit is still active as of the date of this recording, and no further updates have been made public. Be sure to check out our previous video, where we cover another outrageous police encounter.